Bump the Glump, and Other Fantasies, copyright 1964 by Shel Silverstein. Now the bears and the bees and the chimpanzees are creatures with which we're familiar, but what do we know of the humpleback moe, or the ring-tailed speckled hillier, or the tongue-twisted rubber-necked billier, or the gorp-eating calicozillier? Glump. A warning for those who chance to meet a wild glump coming home late at night down a dark street past a graveyard all alone in a storm. Don't bump the glump. Quick disguising Ginnett. This is the quick disguising Ginnett. Didn't he have you fooled for a minute? The accident. I think I've killed the dickory. I did it by mistake. I thought she was a ball, so I bounced her off the wall. I had no idea at all that she might break. The crawfie. That silly fish, the crawfie. He's been swimming in my coffee, but now I've drunk it up, and he isn't in the cup, and he's nowhere to be found. Do you think that he is drowned? Underslung zap. I fear the wrath of the underslung zap. Will somebody else tell him it's time for his bath? Zerbangle drink. The Zerbangle drink has just arrived, and it's up to me to announce him. How do you pronounce him? The Gletcher. See the Gletcher in his cage. His claws are sharp, his teeth are double. Thank heaven he's locked up safe inside, or we'd all be in terrible trouble. The trap. Let us set a little trap for the Grinch, Grinch, Grinch. We can catch him if we wait, wait, wait. I shall be the hunter and bold, 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 and you shall be the bait, 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 bait. The Biblee. The Biblee's habits are rather crude. He shuns all ordinary food, and rather enjoys girls and boys. So once you sense him drawing near, pour some ketchup in your ear, and pretend you're a roast, or a poached egg on toast, or a small piece of blueberry pie, and maybe he'll walk right by. Who? So once again I find some sand in my chicken soup. Now I'm not accusing the floop, and I don't say that it was a gloppet, but whoever it is better stop it. You hear? Whoever it is better stop it. The terrible pheesus. There is a terrible 20-foot pheesus. Shh, I don't think he sees us. Slithergitty. The Slithergitty has crawled out of the sea. He may catch all the others, but he won't catch me. No, you won't catch me, old Slithergitty. You may catch all the others, but you won't. The wild gazite. Late last night I had a terrible fight with the wild gazite with eyes of white and a 50-foot height. He gave me a fright when he gave me a bite, and then he squeezed me so tight, but I fixed him all right. I turned on the light. Pointy-peaked Pavarius. The pointy-peaked Pavarius, a creature most gregarious, who's never taken serious. Poor thing. It doesn't matter where he is, he's jeered by persons various, who shout out, "Looky, there he is," then wait for him to sing. Man-eating fullet. This is the tale of the man-eating fullet. Let's not pull it. Something's been eating my mustache again. I think it's a skittering skeep again. It's gotten to me in my sleep again. Glub-toothed swine. When the glub-toothed swine comes to my house to dine, you may find me in France or Detroit, or off in Khartoum, or in the spare room of my Uncle Ed's place in Beloit. You may call me in Philly, Racine, or Rabat. You may reach me in Malmo or Gore. You may see me in Paris, and likely as not, you will run into me at the store. You may find me in Hamburg or up in St. Paul, in Kyoto, Kenosha, or Nome. But one thing is sure, if you find me at all, you never shall find me at home. The Gelly. See the 28-ton Gelly? He'd love for you to scratch his belly. The Slurm. The slavery slurm at the first sign of trouble will squiver and squirmer and bend himself double and wriggle his elbow up into his ear and pull in his ankles and just disappear. The flustering fant. Some animals pop from cocoons, while others spring up from the clay. I've heard that some drop from balloons or arrive in some other ridiculous way. But the tiny-toed flustering fant, and please don't repeat that I said it, he grows from the stem of the bulbous plant, and the snob never lets you forget it. The considerate soft-shell pheasant. You'll never know an animal more considerate of human feelings than the soft-shell pheasant. Someone has mistaken this one for a pincushion, and he's too polite to say he isn't. Long-necked preposterous. This is Arnold, a long-necked preposterous, looking around for a female long-necked preposterous, but there aren't any. About the bloath. In the undergrowth there dwells the bloath, who feeds upon poets and tea. Luckily I know this about him, while he knows almost nothing of me. See the muffer. But you see the muffer who? You don't? Well, anyway, you see his tracks. The muffer has gone to sup. You don't? Why, that sly old beast, I do believe he's gone and covered them up. The galloping gris. Have you seen anything of the galloping gris? Purple-eyed and dripping fat? If he went that way, I'll go this. If he went this way, I'll go that. The Gursdy. Does anyone here talk Gursdy talk? Do you know how to say goodbye? For I'd like the Gursdy to leave next Thursday, and all I can say is hi. The plight of the Panada. In Manitoba, Canada, there dwells a lop-eared Panada, a native of Uganda, who sort of lost his way. The strangest beast I've run into, he's tended by a janitor, who comes from South Atlanta, GA. One-legged Zantz. Please be kind to the one-legged Zantz. Consider his feelings. Don't ask him to dance. The furless Flatcham. The most contrary beast alive is the furless Flatcham. What do you think of this clever trap that I've invented to catch him? There's a Gretchen in my kitchen. There's a scabberback Gretchen who lives in my kitchen and makes his home under the sink. And he lives upon gipes that crawl out of the pipes, and he takes only postum to drink. He is friends with a lover who dwells in my cupboard, and often at night after dark, they'll sit on the stove and converse with the scrove and catch a few skink for a lark. Then they'll call to the blossets who creep from the faucets. They'll sit on the tea kettle's brim. And the slithery scarbage crawl out of the garbage and jump in the soup for a swim. He'll sing with the wispies who live in Rice Krispies and serve them my cheese and sardines. And they'll call to the Zucks in the old napkin box to come down and play bridge in the beans. Then he may run a race to the silverware case with the gruppy who drinks all my beer. And he'll dance with the muffin inside of my oven and whisper sweet sounds in her ear. For the griffin's in love with the muffin, poor boy. But she likes the backbiting Smee. Or is it the Jace? Well, in any case, I'm glad you could make it for tea. A family affair. Oh, the bibulous Broll is a beast with a soul, and a manner serene and sedate. A model of meekness with only one weakness, and that is for eating his mate. Hi-ho, a masculine need for his mate. Now the white-breasted Murd is a delicate bird, with a song that is tenderly sung. She is gentle and shy, with a matronly eye, and a fondness for eating her young. Hi-ho, a motherly love for her young. The young gross-bottom Grood, he takes milk for his food, and goopies and bran for his tummy. And he goos with delight when somewhat time at night he can swallow his daddy and mummy. Hi-ho, a filial love fills his tummy. And oh, were you here for the wedding, my dear, and the quiet buffet that ensued, when the bibulous Broll wed the Murd, I am told, and produced a young gross-bottom Grood. Hi-ho, a gurgling gross-bottom Grood. Grue. How to deal with the Grue. Don't poo-poo the Grue, for if you do, he'll bite you through and chomp and chew and swallow you. But if you don't think he won't. The bald-top drone. I see you there, old bald-top drone, hiding in that ice cream cone. I'll get awful, awful sick if I give your head a lick. How to catch a gleach. If you want to catch a gleach, take a paper bag, find a cardboard box, dig a little hole, put the bag in the box, put the box in the hole, put the gleach in the bag, and there you are. The egg of the greel. This egg is feather-breasted greels. If it makes you feel funny just looking at it, imagine how the greel feels. The skinny zippity. Oh, pity the poor zippity, for he can eat nothing but grelly, a plant that grows only in New Caledonia, while the zippity lives in New Delhi. Oops. We've been caught by a quick digesting gink, and now we're dodging his teeth, and now we're arrested in a small intestine, and now we're back out on the street. The zombies. The ostrich is known to bury his head, the zombie so much more discreetly. At the very first inkling of danger or dread, will bury himself most completely. If he glimpses the sound or the odor of man, he envisions a horrible death. So he burrows himself deep down into the sand and sits there just holding his breath. So the next time you're down to the beach at the Strand, so sunny and splashy and gay, remember the zombies sit under the sand, just waiting for you to go away. The flying festoon. I'm going to ride on the flying festoon. I'll jump on his back and I'll whistle a tune and we'll fly to the outermost tip of the moon, the flying festoon and I. Oh, I'm taking some crackers, a ball, and a prune, and we're leaving this evening precisely at noon, for I'm going to fly with the flying festoon, just as soon as he learns how to fly. In Waukesha Whisk. In Waukesha Whisk, you take quite a risk whenever you go to the movies, for there in the dark lurks the double-toed vark and the man-eating scale-faced scoobies. There are goggle-eyed gorks and slimy-tailed borks and hunchlings and broggy-beaked bisies and gumbooms and grobs and globomabobs and creelsies of various sizes. There are bony-backed bleaks and razor-toothed cleeks and the whaleys and glumpage and gorkle. And the shivery shrieks from the gatoring geeks are worse than the snort of the snorkel. There are glumgards and speen, and the grismy scream may awaken the foul-tempered fisk, and the scale-faced scoobies that dwell in the movies, right here in Waukesha Whisk. Gumplegooch. Go over and play with the Gumplegooch, Tommy. The Gumplegooch loves to play. You may bounce on his belly and call him Old Nelly and fill up his nostrils with clay. Don't be afraid of his fangs, or that one yellow eye, or the scales on his tail, my dear. Go over and play with the Gumplegooch, Tommy. There is nothing at all to fear. I'll wait for you here. The wild cheroot. I like a coat of the wild cheroot. It's warm and fleecy as can be. But note, what if the wild cheroot would like a coat of me? The friendly old sleepy-eyed skirk. The sleepy-eyed skirk, he's a nice old thing. He'll let you sit inside his mouth. If you knock on his chin, he'll let you in. But I rather doubt he'll let you out. Squishy, squashy, stag-it-all. When singing songs of scariness, of bloodiness, and hairiness,